All right, Lori, are you ready to answer 10 questions about your YouTube channel?
Yes, I'm ready.
All right. Okay. So, first question is, what is your number one piece of advice you would give to someone just starting out on YouTube?
Make videos about what you're passionate about. Don't copy what other people are doing because it's going to come across as inauthentic. And don't be scared to talk about topics that interest you the most, because if they interest you, then there's others out there that it interests as well.
Love that. What is the number one regret you have when it comes to your entire YouTube career so far?
Comparing myself to other channels.
Oh, well, what were you doing there, and how did that kind of affect your channel?
I would look at one or two people who started around the same time as me and just think, why am I not gaining as quickly the subscribers that they are? And I never did find the answer. And that caused a lot of, kind of like, I don't know, like low self-esteem, I guess, in a way, until I realized that you shouldn't compare.
Yeah, comparison is probably one of the worst things. It's debilitating.
Yeah.
Or were these people in the same niche? Because you have such a unique niche.
No, they were more in kind of a lifestyle niche. And that's true. I wasn't comparing in the same niche because there kind of wasn't anyone exactly like me in my niche. There was just two plastic surgeons, and I'm not one. And yeah, no, they weren't. And so that compounded my angst over why I wasn't growing as quickly as they were. So don't do that.
And when did you figure out that that wasn't the best for your own kind of mental health? When did you figure that out and stop doing that?
It was actually really recently, maybe about 3 months ago, that I actually realized that it could be outside factors making channels grow that I had no control over. It's not always just about one thing, and that's the reason a channel is growing. And so if I can't control those factors, then there's no reason to just obsess over it.
Yeah, definitely. What video that you created are you most proud of, and why?
Okay, there's a couple, but I would say that the one that I'm most proud of, just because it was really fun to make, was the one of Khloe Kardashian, where it's only like a 4 or 5 minute video, but it's like where I'm a news reporter reporting on her photo that was released that they didn't want released. And so it was just fun because it kind of harkened back to like my acting background, because I have a lot of fun with that. So yeah, that one was fun and really fun for me to make. So that one I'm kind of proud of. And then, what I'm really proud of is, I would say, like my Jennifer Aniston video, because I talk about the effect that her mother had on her self-esteem and on her body image. And I remind people that sometimes the things you don't like about yourself, they're not really how you feel about yourself, but maybe it's some idea that was planted in your head from somebody really close to you. And sometimes you really need to dig deep and think, is this thing that I don't like about my body really something I don't like? Or was this put in my head through a relative, a parent? Maybe it's their thing. It's not even my thing. So I think that may have helped people.
Oh, that's great. I think your premise of your channel is really interesting, because you would think that having a channel about celebrity plastic surgery is superficial and, just talking about all their, tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of procedures. But your mission, or your why, you've said it before in your channel, is to basically demystify the world around celebrity plastic surgery and to share the message that, what do you say, like beauty can be made?
Yeah, beauty is attainable.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought that my initial why was to educate people about how much plastic surgery celebrities have. But my like new mission, as I understand it now, is that when people realize how much plastic surgery celebrities have had, they start to really appreciate their own natural features, and they're less likely to want plastic surgery, is what I'm being told by my audience. Also, it seems to be helping some people's self-esteem, especially young people. And I feel like we need that since celebrities aren't really giving us a bunch of transparency on what procedures they've had done. My analysis videos where I show people why I think they've had the procedures done that they've had seem to be helping people's self-esteem, and they're realizing that they can't attain something naturally that the celebrity got surgically. So once they realize that, it helps their self-esteem.
Yeah, that's great. How much did YouTube pay you for your highest viewed video, and how many views is that?
So I think it was 1.2 million, and not a lot. It was like $3,200.
Wow, which video was that one?
It was the analysis of Lisa from Blackpink.
Got it. What is your biggest challenge when it comes to YouTube?
I guess my biggest challenge is that I don't have a way for someone to really help me make my videos. That's my biggest challenge. Searching for the right photos, making sure those photos are real and they haven't been manipulated. And sometimes there are no photos that I can really show you the audience what I mean. And so that part takes the longest. And I've had people try to help me, and there's people who are really good with analysis. Like they'll be able to show me a before and after and say what's changed. But then when I say, okay, what year was that in? They won't be able to confirm the year of the before photo or the after photo. Or when I say, can you get the angles closer to, I like to try to get similar angles. Doesn't have to be the exact angles. So they can't always get the right angles for the before and after. So there's people who have gifts, but they're not all the gifts together that can help me, and that'll shorten my video making time.
Oh, wow. So has there ever been a video that you started and was researching and you realized, I can't find the right images? Like, have you ever been like knee deep in a video and just couldn't do it?
Yeah, there was one, and it wasn't because of the photos. It was because her photos confused me so much that I had to stop because I just wasn't sure. And this is still like the only celebrity to this day, Kate Beckinsale. I was halfway through with her video, but there was some aspects to, she must have had jaw surgery or some type of corrective surgery where I wasn't understanding what was done, and I just had to stop because I wouldn't be able to tell the audience what it was.
After how many hours of researching?
Like 10.
Oh.
That was just, the beginning, but still 10.
That's annoying. Yeah, that's 10 hours is 10 hours, especially to not get anything out of it. What is the biggest opportunity you got as a result of being on YouTube?
I mean, I've had some interesting interviews that haven't come to fruition yet. Like, I remember in the beginning I was interviewed for a Netflix documentary, and that was cool. It was right. They haven't gotten back to me. They said they were shopping to get it made. So I was interviewed for that. And then I was interviewed by the New York Times 2 weeks ago, and she said, the author of that article said that it should be coming out soon. So I'm hoping, fingers crossed, because that'll be cool. Because I can finally get my blue check mark on Instagram.
That's very cool. Do they find you through YouTube?
Yeah.
They're just searching and they just find you?
Yeah, I guess so. I mean, yeah. And, people contact me often, and I'm just not sure if they are who they say they are. So when she contacted me, I was like, is this for real? But then, yeah, it was. So
That's very cool. So one of the things I noticed with your channel, I know you have a Patreon. Can you share a little bit about that and how that came about and why you decided to do that?
Yes, I decided to do Patreon for two reasons. One was because my videos where I zoomed into celebrities' body parts, even though it was in a non-sexual way, just to show body plastic surgery, were getting demonetized. So I figured out, and I remember spending hours upon hours trying to get the Kim Kardashian video to stop getting demonetized because when a video is demonetized, then its reach is limited, so less people see it. And I just, in the end, had to I had to censor it myself to be able to even put it out. So I thought, okay, I need to have a way for people to see these videos and be able to show some nudity. I wasn't even showing nudity on YouTube, but then I said, okay, but if I'm going to have a Patreon, I'm going to just show if it's nudity I have to show you the body plastic surgery, I will. So there's that aspect of body plastic surgery that I show. But the larger reason is because some of the controversial celebrities that I've done analysis on, I've gotten death threats for, in particular, the K-pop celebrities. I've gotten I had to work with the FBI. People don't believe me for some reason. That's annoying. I mean, the FBI is in my inbox. They were telling me send each death threat. And then they would tell me they would investigate and they'd be like, this one's legit. No, don't worry about this one. This one. And I don't think I ever got a legit one, but they're like, they even told me some of the wording. It's like, even the wording, it got down to the wording. Like if they say this, it's a threat. If they say this, it's not, It was nice to know that our FBI is working for us here. That's so cool. So, yeah.
How'd you get connected to the FBI for that?
So I don't know which one of these connected me. I have a friend who, she's our family member. She was dating somebody who is in the Las Vegas chapter of the FBI, but it was either through him or because I don't know. Or I also emailed them because they have a cyber bullying. So one of those two, I mean, they're not that conversational where they're like, hey, we know you from we know she's dating your blah, blah. No. So they were like, but the minute I emailed, it was like the next day they were on it. So I don't think it was because of our family connection. I think they would help anyone who's getting death threats, who's, I guess, quote unquote, a public figure on YouTube or somewhere else. I think it's US based though.
And what are the death threats for? Because you're exposing plastic surgery of this K-pop star and these people think that you're lying or they don't like the fact that this person has plastic surgery. What is their reasoning for being so upset at you?
I think it's all of those things. They think I'm lying. They think that I'm hating on that celebrity. I shouldn't be talking about that celebrity at all. It's this level of being a celebrity stan. It's risen to this crazy level I never knew existed. They threatened, I think the initial reason I contacted the FBI was because they threatened my son, and they would they would say things about my son, like, oh, such a cute boy, too bad you're going to lose him, things like that. They would screenshot pictures of him from my Instagram and say they're going to do stuff to him. So, yeah. So that's why I started my Patreon, that portion where I do controversial celebrities. That's why I'm putting them there instead.
Whoa.
So, yeah.
And are they DMing you these threats or where are you getting them?
Yep. DM, emails. Even publicly all over Twitter. Like people were warning me not to even go on Twitter because they were calling for my death on Twitter, like just publicly. So yeah, I mean, so I always think it's funny that people think my warning in the beginning of a video is funny and they're like, haha, who would care about that? No, like it's real, it's true. And it happened to my family, so I'm not going to risk my family to get a video out to the public.
Wow. And that's only been so far with the K-pop stars, or have there been any other stars that seem to kind of get that much passion behind it?
Yeah, no, just the K-pop so far. But I preemptively got warnings from the Beehive or the Bayhive, Beyonce. Like
Mm-hmm.
she has a like posse or whatever. I don't think it's called a posse, but
Yeah.
anyways, so she
Yeah.
has that. So
Like a fan
preemptively,
base.
yeah, I got warnings from her fans too. So it didn't seem worth it to me to put it out in the public. So
Wow. Wow. That's crazy. That's so crazy. The fandom thing, that's a whole nother topic in and of itself. Just why, I mean, the things that's been around forever. I mean, people used to do crazy things with like the Beatles and Elvis and stuff like that. So I guess there's always been that level of almost like obsessiveness, and celebrities I know deal with stalkers and things like that, some crazy stuff. But now
yeah,
it's crazy to think that YouTubers, content creators, are getting that that same type of. I don't know. It's
yeah.
crazy.
And then I got a similar, I should say this with J-Lo when I talked about J-Lo, and it felt like it was mostly males, like older males, and it was very scary because with them I did get a threat on Instagram about how they said since I'm so vain and I only care about my face and expose bullying J-Lo that they're gonna come to Las Vegas and throw acid on my face. So like
What?
in my face. Yeah. So someone was like, so basically, I can never do a meetup. Like I can't because it would require a lot of security for me.
Wow. That's crazy. That's crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, I doubt JLo would be happy with anybody, any of her fans, like saying that. I mean, she seems like a nice, reasonable person. Like the celebrities themselves, it's like you're like, that's craziness.
Yeah. That was a scary one.
That's scary. That's really scary. Wow.
Yeah.
All right. Next question is, what are your favorite YouTube creators to watch as a viewer?
I watch a lot of true crime YouTube actually. And I like who do I like? Oh my gosh. I like Bailey Sarian. I feel like everyone likes her.
Mm-hmm.
I really like Roberto Blake for learning about YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
I like watching you. Um, who else do I watch? Gosh, I'm trying to think. I watch the Makeup Girls. You know, I'm friends with Michelle Wong, Risa Does Makeup, Samantha March. So yeah, all of those girls. I can't think of anyone else right now. I think. Oh, I like comedy too. I like Curtis Connor. He's like a comedian.
Awesome. What is your number one tip for coming up with new video ideas?
Go in the shower and don't listen to music and just have shower thoughts. That's my advice.
I know. What is it about the shower that gets the most ideas? I get so many ideas. I get so many ideas in the shower and on walks.
Yep, the best. Yes.
Yeah. How do you decide which celebrity to focus on for your next? You do a lot of the celebrity analysis. How do you decide which one you're gonna hone in on?
Mostly whoever is being like fervently requested by people. Like if all of a sudden someone's in the news, then for sure them. Like with Zac Efron, people
Mm.
were demanding I do him, so I did.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
If they're not like if it's not like that, then I just try to go to the person that I'd like to see. Then I
Yeah.
do, yeah.
Yeah. That's cool. Why do you think people watch your channel?
I think they watch it because it's about a celebrity they're interested in. That's
Mm-hmm.
it. I really
Mm-hmm.
think that's all.
You don't think it's that people are curious or interested in the plastic surgery aspect of it?
Yes, but I think it has to be about a celebrity that they're interested in. And I feel like it's mostly women. Like, I feel like women get more views than when I do male celebrities. So if it's a popular female celebrity that's had, that's known for her plastic surgery, they're going to watch it. Like, that's a popular ones.
So let me ask you this: which celebrity that you did that you thought would do way better, and which celebrity that you did that you're surprised how well it was received?
Oh, that's a good question. Okay, so I thought, and I've said this before, but I think when I did Halle Berry, I thought that she would really people would be very interested to know about Halle Berry because I feel like people were always kind of thought of Halle Berry as being completely natural.
Natural. Mm-hmm.
Yes. And I should add this. Even I'm surprised sometimes that a celebrity has had as much work as I find on them. Like there's so many times when people will ask me, like, do this person, and I'll be like, I think in my head, I'll be like, they're pretty natural. And like, then I'll analyze them. I'm like, oh my gosh, no, they're not. Okay, so here's who I thought I was surprised did so well was like Ariana Grande, and she's both of those things. I
Mm-hmm.
thought she was pretty natural because I never really analyzed her. And then when I did, there was just so many procedures. And I was in San Francisco for the weekend with my family. And I remember I said, I just need to do this analysis really quick and then we'll go. And I remember I really underestimated how much
The amount of
work
time.
I barely got out of the hotel that weekend. And then I was surprised how popular that video was too, and how many people were upset with that. And the other one, there is one more, Angelina Jolie. I'm surprised by how popular that one was too, kind of, because I figured everyone knew. I feel like
Yeah.
plastic surgery is pretty obvious, but no, I guess not. I don't know.
Yeah, that's interesting. What is your superpower that has contributed to your success on YouTube?
Um, Being able to see plastic surgery on people.
Yeah,
Yeah,
definitely.
that's it.
And this is another question. Where do you see the future of your channel going?
Um, I was kind of hoping that it would end up with some kind of public speaking, maybe speaking. I would love to do like motivational speaking and talking about how the images we see in the media aren't real, how they contribute to, low self-esteem in our society, and some kind of work with that type of stuff.
Hmm.
In the far, far future, I would love to do more public speaking.
Yeah, that's cool. Well, let's just hope as things get better, there are more opportunities for public speaking and it's not just all virtual. You're in the best city for that, though, because there's tons of conventions and there's so much going on there in Vegas. So,
Um,
Lori, thank you so much for coming on. It's really fascinating. I think that's so many really cool, interesting stories that you shared. And for anybody that is watching, listening, that isn't familiar with you and your channel, where can they find you?
yeah, so just search Lorry Hill on YouTube. Lorry is spelled Lorry, and then Hill like a hill, Hill. Or I'm also on TikTok and Instagram. You can find me at any of those.
Awesome. Thank you, Lori.
Thank you so much.
Bye.
Bye.